Hi there, in this video we're going to find out how to use the library search facility, and that's going to help us in this particular video to find out about journal articles and locate some that might be useful, for example for an assignment or a dissertation. Now here is a good bookmark for you. I suggest you bookmark this address or put it in your favourites because it's something you'll be using pretty often. And when you use that link, this is what you'll get to. You'll get to the LibrarySearch homepage, and the first thing you're going to do is sign in, because you will get much better functionality if you do that. And the first thing you'll notice is that the little box hasn't come up. Thank you, lovely computer. You should actually see the normal box like this, allowing you to sign in with your username and password. Because I've signed in once today, it's kindly letting me in without doing that. But you will remember, please, to sign in. And then what you're going to look for is find databases. And I'm going to ask the computer to look at particular databases, and I'm going to show you what you'll normally see when you go into find databases. Is you'll see this full list, and I like ABI Inform ProQuest. You can also use Emerald for journals, Emerald Journals. I'm going to make it really simple. I am going to focus just on ABI Inform, and I'm going to go to search. And I've gone to my search, and now I'm going to go into advanced search. And I'm going to ask the computer just to look in my chosen database. Obviously, if you ticked 4 or 5 databases or whatever, they would all be in those currently selected databases. So I'm going to look in currently selected databases. That's in my ABI Inform ProQuest. And let's imagine for today that I'm very excited about not-for-profit marketing. And I've put that term in inverted commas so that the computer searches for all those words together in a string. We're going to imagine that I don't like articles that are 10 and 20 years old. I'm doing my review of current thinking for my dissertation. And let's imagine we want extra bang up-to-date things. I'm going to ask the computer just to look for the last 5 years. So it's now going to search in the ABI Inform ProQuest database. Here it is thinking away, and it's going to find me some nice articles, probably several thousand. And then we're going to show you how to load one of those articles and how to refine searches and look for more articles. Now let us imagine that I've got my articles here, all 627,000, but let's, for the sake of argument, say, well, this looks a really super exciting one here, marketing in non-profit organisations, and I want to look at it in detail. Now I'll need to scroll down. I just click there on View Online. Yeah, and I've just also clicked to make it a little bit more visible to see where it is, and here it says full text available, right? So let's just click on there. Think, come on computer, wakey wakey. Yes, thank you. And here is my article. Okay, so let's just imagine I've had a look at the abstract, and I think, yes, I'm really excited about this. And I wonder really, what else, what about the other articles that were cited here? Perhaps some of those are going to be very interesting to me. It's always useful if you can find 1 or 2 articles where you think, yes, that's just the sort of thing that I was particularly excited about. Now, let's just imagine I go through the reference list and I've found something here that really looks spot on. And there's different ways that you can then try and find these other articles. Now, let's, for the sake of argument, say I like this article called Mission or Money, and I want to find it. So what you can do is just highlight it, and you have to be really, really careful, because if you include like the comma or something like that, the silly machine will miss it completely. So Control C, we're going to minimize this and go back to our little search there. I'm going to put the terms in. I'm going to put in a Control V to put the title of that article in that I really liked. Let's just have another look for it. Try harder, hurry up. Always good to have some coffee and chocolate on the side for these times. And you'll see that it's now found that article that I particularly wanted to see. So that's something you could do, is just check out, is there something in the reference list of that article that you liked? Now, another way you could have done that is have a look at this refine my results, because you don't necessarily want 600,000 hits. So the problem with a lot of these searches is they will yield multiple hits, and you'll often have to refine your keywords. So another thing you can do is say, well, if that author's particularly interesting, what else did they write? Her name was Dolnicker, wasn't it? And so if you scroll down under author, we'll see that Sarah has written some different articles, Sarah Dolnicker, and here are her articles. So that's kind of helpful if you can find some particularly interesting authors. But do have a look at the whole of this refine my results when you find some interesting articles, and think about how could I actually get myself a little bit more specific. So for example, it could be that you're especially interested in not-for-profit and the public sector, or not-for-profit and charities. So again, that could be useful. Now we're just going to go into this article, again, a different article. Just going to show you something else of interest, and we're just getting the full text up again, if you remember. Have a look here at cite, because you will want to perhaps cite this article in your reference list, but you'll also want to be able to find it again, and you need a careful record of it. So cite is good. And isn't that great how it's already got lovely Harvard British Standard? Maybe not quite as we'd like it, because normally we have our brackets here around the year, but you could certainly copy and paste this, Control C, Control V, into a reference list and just slightly refine it to meet the university standards, and that would save you one hell of a lot of work. Likewise, there's all sorts of things that you can play around with here in order to save this particular article as a PDF, as a separate document, so that you can find it again. So some very helpful ideas there, hopefully, using LibrarySearch. And like all these things, it really does take a little bit of practice and a little bit of trial and error just to find what you want. So often useful as well to play around a little bit with keywords, but always useful to find a few articles that you think are helpful, and then see what other authors did those authors cite, and see if you can then find those articles too. Some people find that this approach is a little bit, let's say, picky, and what they sometimes do is just go to Google Scholar, find the articles and the abstracts there, and then paste the names in, as I've shown you, into the LibrarySearch. So that's something else you could do. But the main benefit of using the particular approach I've shown you is that we pay for the full text, and you can go straight to the full text, whereas with Google Scholar you'll usually mainly only get the abstract, and that's just not enough for you. So worth a little bit of perseverance, I think, with LibrarySearch, but hopefully that's off to a good start for you.